Good morning. Welcome to the first edition of Rose Ribbons Crochet and Crafts. My name is Yawa, and about a week ago, I posted this hat into Nothing But Crochet and received a lot of comments, people wanting to know the pattern, how it's made, etc. So I haven't made the pattern yet, but I thought that I would just make a brief video about how the hat was constructed because it's really quite simple. I made it without a pattern. I make up a lot of designs just off the top of my head. I say, well, I'm thinking about making a hat that looks like this, looks like that. So I try it out, and every now and then it comes out like what I had in mind. So this is the black hat, and this is the one I made after the gray hat with the brim. The black hat has a brim too. The gray hat has a brim. What happened before these hats was this beanie style hat, and I put stitch markers because that's going to help me explain how it was instructed. So the beanie, and before this one came this one, which is also a beanie. I made this many years ago when I was learning new crochet techniques and so forth. So, but I was looking at this, and I'm kind of particular about how I put things together, and I noticed that the embellishment that I did was not evenly spaced. So I said, well, let me try um, again with a different type of embellishment where the spacing is more even. I mean, if you just look at it, at a glance, you can't really tell, but like I said, I'm particular about how I put things together because once you put it together, it's together forever, right? So I always want to put it together as well as possible. So, all right, so this is you start with a circle. Um, this is the inside is you start with what's called as a magic circle where you can tighten it up after you put the stitches in. So there's many different ways to do that and many different videos. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. So you start with 12. Okay, that's the first round. The second round is 24. So how you get 24 is you just do 2 stitches in each one around. And then after that, you're going to increase. Um, the third row is an increase and a double crochet and an increase and a double crochet. Then the next row after that is an increase and 2 double crochets, an increase and 2 double crochets. And then the last increase is the last row, I'm sorry, is an increase, 1 2 3 double crochets, increase, 1 2 3 double crochet. And then after that, it's just a single double crochets all the way around for 1 2 3 4 rows. And then here I did the shell stitch, and I'll probably have to do a tutorial. I'll do another tutorial to show how to do the shell stitching around. Some of you may know how to do it already if you've been crocheting a lot, but for those who may not have that much experience in crocheting, I'll do a tutorial. Um, so okay, so I did 2 rows of the shell stitch, and then after that it's 2 rows of wait, no. Okay, so when you finish the second shells, you want to try to even it off. So where you started the shells, like right here, that first row where you're evening it off, you're going to put a half double crochet and then single crochets all the way across to that point between the shells where there's a single crochet. And in that single crochet, you're doing half double crochet. And then you're just going to repeat that all the way around. And then on the next round is just single crochets. Okay. And then, so that's your, you're evening it out. And then to finish it off, if you're just making a beanie, you're gonna do another row of single crochet, but in the back loop, and it makes a nice, makes a nice finished edge. I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah. So that's the beanie. Now for oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. When you get down to this evening off part and the single crochets, you're gonna change to a smaller size hook, and the reason for that is so that it fits more snugly, and you know, because that's the part that goes around the largest part of your head, so that's going to stretch it out most. So to reduce that, you just use a smaller size hook. For this beanie, I use a size J hook for the main part, and then I switch to an I hook. Where's my I hook? That's around here someplace. All right, but anyway, so the majority of it is done with the J hook, and then these little just little parts in here, just so it fits nicely. You know, it'll be nice and snug, and it won't stretch out that much because you use the hook, a smaller size hook, so you got the stitches a little tighter. Okay, so the same thing applies here. I did the same thing. Basically, this is that same beanie. What is that? Oh, okay. So this is the beanie all the way down to here. And then for the brim, you see, then you're going to start increasing again. So I got increase 1, 2, 3, 4, increase 1, 2, 3, 4, increase all the way around. And then in between there is just double crochets, no increase. And then the next row is increase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all the way around. And then the finishing row is just double crochets. And there it is. Okay, now on this one, um let's see. I think I added more stitches because I wanted the brim to be a little more a little fuller. So let me see, let me do a comparison here what I did here. Let's see, I started increase 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so on this one I made the beginning of the brim, the interval is a little smaller. It's increase and then 1, 2, 3, increase and then 1, 2, 3, and that made the brim a little fuller because, as you can see with this one, is a lot of spaces. It's you know, I like that though. It you know, it's a nice effect. So if you want that effect in your hat, then you're gonna put more spacing. The one more spacing, the stitches in at a greater interval. The increases at a greater interval. Also, when you're doing the brim, you want to put the this first row of the brim is going to go in the front loop only, so that way you get that edging. You know, just that helps keep the shape of the hat too, right? So it's not just um, coming down in I don't know how to describe that, but if you put it in the front loops, you're gonna get that nice ridge there, which is gonna help the shape, the overall shape of the hat. Okay, so all right, so on the black hat, we started with the fewer um, intervals between the increase. This is the increase and then 3 instead of the increase in 4, and then it's the same thing. An individual row of double crochets, and then the next row is your increases. I got 2, 1. No, I'm sorry. 1 increase and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then increase and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next row is just double crochets. So it's still 1, 2, 3, 4 rows for the brims, but instead of the increases at intervals of 4, the increases are at intervals of 3, and that's the black hat. Okay, I'll still do a pattern because I kind of just wanted to get this out there because everybody was very much interested in how this hat was made, and I kind of bumbled through this explanation, but let me know if this helps And if not, I'll do another video, and I'm definitely going to do a pattern and make the patterns available. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.